Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. Bryant rips the Dallas Cowboys a new one in a tweet where he talked about, he watched them pay Tony Romo twice, and basically they don't want to pay Dak, and they brought in Andy Dalton. So let's get into it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. And was they extremely out of line for bringing Andy Dalton in? Yeah, because had they paid Dak Prescott, then they brought Andy Dalton in, it'd have been a whole different scenario. It was just basically having a great contingency plan after 30 years, of not really ever having a really good backup quarterback. And some Cowboy fan jokingly told me that this is the best backup quarterback they had in 30 years. I know they had Jason Gears and had other quarterbacks. Tony Romo was probably their last greatest backup quarterback. Kellen Moore, the whole nine. But were they out of line? Yeah. And it's this Dez Bryant place to say that, they were out of line. He a free agent. He can do whatever he wants to. For a guy that's trying to get back on the team, I really want to speak against the organization. But Dez going to speak his mind. And it is fishy because this tends to only happen to black quarterbacks. They do. He said no disrespect to Andy Dalton. I put it on the screen, and I truly think he means no disrespect to Andy Dalton. But, this just seems like a bully tactic to get Dak Prescott to sign that contract, and knowing that Dak and Dez ain't never had the greatest relationship, and they had some friction there in Dallas, as far as, Dez won the ball, and eventually now they working out together, they being buddy-buddy. But, this should just bring out the best in Dak, If Dak can get them to the NFC Championship game this year, which they got a top 5 or top 10, definitely inside the top 10. I can't remember. William Hill dropped their Super Bowl odds, and the Cowboys are up there, and they spent 1 year, $7 million on Andy Dalton. Has Dak Prescott missed a game? Maybe he missed a game due to, them resting him for the playoff, but I don't remember him missing a game. Very durable quarterback. And Dez also said that they must view the quarterback position as a plug-and-play position. He said, I watched him pay Tony Romo twice. And he ain't win nothing. He won one playoff game, and they probably should have won the one versus Aaron Rodgers where Dez caught it. And I still joke with Cowboy fans and say Dez didn't catch it, but everybody knew Dez caught that ball. The old Calvin Johnson rule. Remember that game in Chicago? Stafford went down. Sean Hill threw that thing up and some bull jive. But Dez is probably speaking some facts. This is what happened when you go out and be a company man like Dak. He sat there. He didn't kneel. He didn't support Kaepernick. He did what Jerry said do. He stood. He buck danced. And at the end of the day, when it's time to cash in that check, and then he was a middle round draft pick, a third or fourth round draft pick, they really wanted Connor Cook. He did everything Jerry asked him to do. He took a discount his first 3 or 4 years in Dallas. All he asked him for is what he owed. He done stuff that, that's against the grain. As being a black man, I know he mixed, but hey, you got a little brother and you a brother. Malcolm X was, was mixed. And he did everything Jerry asked him to do, and now when it's time to cash in, Jerry don't want to pay him. Tony Romo had to beg neither one of the times he got paid. He fumbled the ball, for a field goal, for extra point that lost him the game back in the day. As many times he done choked up and threw picks and hasn't performed. That's a fact. Dez is just speaking facts. And why not bring in Cam Newton, most people saying? Why you bring in Andy Dalton and not Cam Newton? So if Dak was white, would he have to beg for his money? He'd be paid. Jared Goff is hot garbage. He ain't have to beg for his money. Sean McVay is the reason, and Todd Gurley the reason they went to the Super Bowl, and Aaron Donald. Carson Wentz ain't won shit in this league and had to beg for no money. When Daniel Jones come up, he's still trending up and doing well. He ain't got to beg for no money. Matthew Stafford ain't never had to beg for no money. Tom Brady, you know, he took pay cuts, but you don't hear Tom begging. Peyton ain't never had to beg. Roethlisberger ain't never had to beg, and he ain't been balling for years like he used to be. None of these dudes have to beg for no money. When it come from Dak, he got to beg for his bread, and that ain't right. So shout out to Dez sticking up for Dak, but that ain't gonna be a good way to get back on the team. You know, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about Dez chiming in on the Dalton Dak Prescott situation. I'll link the article in the description. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to me if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video question, just want to chop it up, want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal, subscription. Don't forget to check out our NFL playlist one time for the one time we're gone.